Hello, everyone. My name is Yuksel Serindag, and I am a member of the New York City Kurdish Cultural Center. And I'm pleased to introduce Erdal Kose, my dear friend, as my guest today. And Erdal is a lecturer in computer sciences at Fairleigh Dickinson University in New Jersey, and has been teaching artificial intelligence for years. And I thought it would be interesting to talk to him about the AI and the Kurds, or just Kurdish culture, since AI as a topic has been all over the news for some time now, and wanted to know how AI would affect the Kurds. This is a part of our talk series for the month of March as the Kurdish cultural heritage. Welcome, Erdal. How are you?
Thank you. Bye.
You have been teaching AI for years now, right?
Yes, I have been involved with the AI since I think 2006, and so I did a PhD in that area too, and I teach AI in actually different layers, and also I do research in the AI.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm happy to be with you today. So hopefully I can answer whatever you ask me.
Thank you. It's interesting that when we hear a lot about AI all over the places, the news, and talks about AI, since I work as a librarian at a law school, and there is always talk about AI and law and so on and so on. So I thought it would be interesting to just talk about the Kurds, and then AI probably is going to impact us, would have a lot of impact on the Kurds and our lives, Kurdish lives of the Kurds in the future, even now. So what is AI? What is artificial intelligence in brief?
Well, AI actually, it has like different aspect of it. And the AI that you guys knows that these days that you talk about, it is usually, it's actually machine learning aspect of the AI. And AI, it is, I mean, to actually make a small definition for you, is it is the program like computers to make a wise decision, like the human does. And the way that we do this, it is a concept we call heuristics. And you want to use heuristics when you program a computer, okay? So there is two aspects that computer are better than human. Actually, this might be more than that, but two well-known one, that it is the speed and also the availability of computers, okay? And so we want to actually take advantage of these two future of computers. And like I told you, this is a broad area. I just try to make you a short definition, basically to make like computer to become smarter when
Okay.
it make a decision to become smarter.
Some philosophers talk about, or ethicists talk about, the danger of AI, but some also, on the other hand, talk about the advantages, the
Yeah, I mean,
benefits of AI. So what are the
yes,
benefits?
yeah, I mean,
What
there
are
is
the benefits?
advantages, there are also risks involved with it. You know,
Mm,
the actually risk that I see is the human civilization usually learn from ancestors, right? You learn from your ancestors, I learn from mine, they learn from theirs, right? And but now we are in a stage of our human civilization that the newer, younger generation are learning from a computer. I mean, at the end, human invented, actually found a tool that we can learn from it. That's in a way, it has advantages, also disadvantages. Like you said on your introduction, now, these days you're able to, I mean, AI is able to write an article that is in a Harvard Law School level. And you don't know the difference between a human and AI written article, right? So
Yes.
I mean, I see, I think there's advantages in here too. It is not the disadvantages, because human has a lot of errors in it, but the AI won't have that errors, right? Example, let's say human has racism, human has nationalism. To make a connection to our like topic in the Middle East, there's a lot of nationalism. We don't have racism, but we have nationalism, sexism. And if you design an AI in a good way, probably you can eliminate all of these like a down side of the human. I think there's advantages in it, but there's also disadvantages too, Yuksel. There's ethical like concern of it, and that's a disadvantage. And also, we are in a stage the younger generation are unable to do anything by their own. They need an help. They need an advice from an AI. That's a kind of dangerous situation, I think.
Okay. So you said that AI is a computer, for example, right? So access to computer. So
Program.
for the Kurds, let's think about the areas where we are coming from in northern Kurdistan, right? So I'm from Chaulik and you're from Afshin Marash.
Yes.
So the access to communication, to access to computers or other means of artificial intelligence is less than the access to computers in other parts of Turkey, for example. For the Kurds, in the lands, in the countries that they live, right? The access to the computer networks, I guess it's less than to the other average.
I don't believe that idea, what you said it.
Okay.
Because I think we shouldn't like play the rules of we didn't have access to the technology, we don't have these or that. That was happening maybe in 1950s or 60s.
Okay.
That was absolutely true. But these days, everybody has a smartphone. If you have a smartphone, you have access to AI. Okay, that's automatically happening. If anything happened in, let's say, Hakkari or in Diyarbakir or Ahmed, and we are able to see this in a moment. Okay, so I think we shouldn't play that role anymore. We should be much more aggressive and much more pragmatic. And yes, I mean, we have access into it, so that's not an excuse anymore.
Okay, good point.
This is what I think. I think it is not an excuse anymore.
Okay, question. I mean, I wanted to know the potentiality of AI being used as a tool of oppression against the Kurds, for example.
Yes, that's a good point. This is what I was trying to explain to you. Well, we have access to the AI. A Kurd, let's say in Hakkari or in any remote village, have access in a way. I don't want to say like a control and like a full access of it. In a way, they have access to it. So it has like advantages and also disadvantages. So the disadvantage, like you say exactly. So now you can design a smart system, an AI that will extract a knowledge from of people. You understand what I mean, right? So
Can you
they,
repeat, because it just froze up. That moment just froze up. Can you repeat that, please?
I mean, these days, you know, you have AI, you can design AI because having access to the AI, it is a good and also not good. It is not good. You can be how you say tracked.
Okay, can be
That's right. So that means like a Turkish or Iranian or any like a government, they can design AIs to know exactly like we're doing. They can actually extract knowledge from us. Okay, they
okay.
can know any let's say moment, any action in an like a community. They can extract that knowledge the way in advance. Okay, that's
So
disadvantage. Yes.
privacy of rights, rights of
Yes.
privacy. So right of privacy is
Mhm.
that somehow being violated. But then
Violated. And also we give up these by our own.
okay. Then also the governments can also control your political activities.
They not just that, they can know what you think.
Observe. Okay.
They can observe you, they can observe you what you
Okay.
think. They can have inside information about the community easily because everybody has a smart device. So all of your activities have been tracked. Okay.
Okay.
So it is easy to extract a knowledge from these activities.
So
This is the advantage of it.
in the past, the government would
But
know.
also, I'm sorry to interrupting you. We can do that too. That's also,
Okay.
I mean, these are tools available to everybody, is what I'm trying to explain to you. It is not just available to a Turk or to an Iranian or to an Arabs. It's available to everybody. So everybody have access to these. So only issue is how you use that. Are you able to use it, or do you have staff, or do you have institutions to use it? That is the issue.
Well, can't you, don't you think that the Kurds are disadvantaged because they don't
Um,
have institutions that they create AI
yes,
and
that
advance compared to the governments?
yes, in that way, yes, I agree with you. And but when you look at you know like Kurds are not in Middle East anymore. We are
Mm-hmm.
all around the world these days. We are all around the world institutions, Yuksel. And we have still have that disadvantages. I agree with that. But when you compare to the history, I think we are in a little bit better situation these days. So we can still do research. You can still design AIs. And I mean, all around the world, we have like millions of people. If they are able to organize it, if they are able to have their own institutions, they can easily do that, I think.
Okay. So then you think that there are disadvantages or benefits of the AI in for the Kurds in sciences, economics, medicine,
Yes,
social
everything.
sciences, in all sectors, segments of the economic political society.
Agree with you. And I mean also, Yuksel, I believe generally technology, any development in technology, it is in advantage of Kurds. And just what happened is everything has been recorded from now on, right? We don't have records, let's say, from 100 years ago, but now we have records, right? And when you look into the development in the social media, right? Everybody is able to, before, let's say, media was centralized, right? This is not the case anymore. This is not the case anymore. We have a lot of YouTubers, right? And so we can use AI in that aspect too, an advantage of AI. And also a huge advantage, I think it is in the linguistics, in the languages. And there's an area of AI we call the NPL, which is NLP, I'm sorry, natural language processing. And in that area, if you have enough data about the linguistic, about the language, you can design AIs that will speak in the like different Kurdish dialects, and we can design AIs that we can learn the language from those AIs. So the younger able to learn the language from that. I mean, there's
Okay.
a big advantage over there.
Okay, so back to the your thought about AI and the Kurdish dialects or languages.
Yes.
So you said one can design
An AI.
AI tool in regards to, let's say, Kurmanji, Zazaki, or
Yes,
Sorani.
yes,
Can you
exactly.
explain more about this?
So, I mean, we have these days, we have technology to design AIs in the area of linguistics, in let's say, and dialect of Kurdish language. Example, my dialect. It's a small and not known one, okay? And you can design AI is a kind of human, then dialect like a perfect way.
Oh, just
And think about the way that I told you the advantage of computers, and that AI will be always available. Imagine you still have Einstein. I mean, you can, because those AI will be always there, right? But the only issue in here is to have independent free institution who are providing data. Then there is two legs of designing AI in the NPL, natural language processing. And one is to have data, and the other one is to use technology.
so,
Right?
but we are staying again behind with all the developments within the AI technology.
Yeah,
we don't have the institutions to work on, let's say, on your Malatya,
But we
Marash Kurdish
can.
dialect.
But we can these days, Yuksel. This is not an excuse. We can. These
Yes.
days, we can do this. We have a lot of intellectuals around the world, right? And we have people who knows these languages well. We have, I think, a good number of researchers in this domain, and this is completely doable.
Can you just give me just very, clear example how the Kurds can conserve or protect their language with the AI?
So now we can do that. It's a hope, okay? So the how you can do that is, like I told you, there's two legs of these things. One, it is the linguistic leg of this, and the other one, it is the technology of to do that. And I believe a lot of like big institution and Google, Facebook, Microsoft, they are happy to do that, and they are actually working on it. If we have intellectuals like the linguistics who know this language well and who can provide that information on that data, even without, let's say, a big institution like, say, like Google or Facebook, even we can do that. We have technology, we have people to do it. It is not that much hard.
So AI can be
Yes.
used
Yes.
to to advance Kurdish language.
Yes.
Uh,
And you can design AIs, then you can learn language from them. Let's say you can design an AI that is speaking very good Sorani, okay? And then you can use that, we call it an export system. You can use that, then it will teach people the language.
so that means AI, this generative AI,
Mhm.
has a tremendous potential for the Kurds if
Yes.
we have the experts that they are trying to do something, or if they
In the
want to
linguistic area.
take advantage of the AI technology.
Yes.
Just when you said the language, I mean, creating the dialects and the languages and so on. Um, I I asked ChatGPT the other day
Mhm.
and said, "Do you understand Kurdish?" Okay, and the answer was, as an AI language model, I can comprehend and generate text in Kurdish to some extent, but my proficiency in Kurdish is limited compared to more widely supported languages like
Yes.
English.
That's exactly what I mean. And because of reason that AI doesn't have the knowledge of the language,
Okay.
doesn't know the grammatical structure of that language, so it's unable to express the feelings in that language.
Okay. How can we here? You said does not have the grammatical structure, the
Yes.
syntax, whatever. How
Yes.
can we help them?
I mean,
develop that?
you have to have like a independent institution that are well known, then having this information
Okay.
for them. And we can have AI to do that too also. And I mean, I always Yuksel, believe, I think we are approaching to the end. I always believe the internet world, it is a kind of a mess, okay?
Yeah.
And you have to know what to do. You have to know what to pick up, what to not pick up. And in the internet or in the area of AI, there is a lot of stuff is available to use it. And I mean, I actually don't believe to advising, but I want to make an advice. We should, when you AI or any technology, we have to know what using. There's a lot of wrong information out there, right? There's a thing we call the deep fake. And if you start doing wrong stuff, let's say a Kurdish like community in Europe or in American any area, if they follow the wrong stuff, AI will label them wrong. So they will stay on the wrong side of the equation. Okay. So you have to watch what you do, what you provide. Okay. And you have to stay always on the right side of the equation. Then you can use the advantage of this thing.
But there are no control mechanisms
I mean, individually, you can do that.
individually.
I mean, I can actually do a video. I can put on any social media like completely wrong. Okay. And AI knows this is wrong. Let's say Facebook knows that video is wrong. It is not real because Facebook use AI to know that. And if millions of people from any part of like uh, Kurdistan, if they follow that wrong video, if they repost that wrong video, they're gonna be labeled wrong. You understand what I mean, right? So they're
Yes.
gonna be staying on the wrong side of the social media, which is not good. You know, I told you the impact of distributed social media. Now we have a lot of YouTubers. We have a lot of different people who doing independent videos, right?
Yes.
Every day they're doing this. So if you stay on the wrong side, your I would say credibility is gonna go low. It won't be good. Nobody's gonna watch you because AI will label you as a wrong video. You understand what I mean, right?
Yes.
So then you're gonna stay on the wrong side of this thing.
But it's also, let's say we have, I mean, the Kurds have a lot of problems with the governments, and they can also create briefs, reports on the issues, the problems, let's say imprisonment or grievances, okay? So they can write reports very easily with an AI tool within in one of the tools, and bring that issue to the European community, to the European Human Rights Commission, to the European Human Rights Court. Okay, so
but as long as those reports are labeled like correct, because these days there's millions of reports available, Yuksel. I told you the internet is a crowded world, and every day we have like millions of videos or reports, or it is hard to know which one is right, which one is wrong.
But as a person, if you're affected, let's say, by something, right? By a law, for example, if you're imprisoned wrongly, or if you're arrested wrongly for wrong reasons, then you can also bring your issue to the European community, to the European Human Rights Commission.
Yes.
With some, let's say, if someone understands a little bit of English, and you write a report, and then turn that into an English a report in English, German, whatever, French, and then I mean,
automatically you can do that. There's an advantage of AI. Yes, absolutely.
Yes. I do remember in the 80s, for example, there were no people with no, I mean, there are not many Kurds with English knowledge, okay, English language knowledge in the 80s. There were just very, very few. Very few, okay? There was one person from Australia who was in Europe, who was somehow representative for everything because he knew English, okay? This guy.
And also, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, but now with these tools, you can also somehow easily write your problem, put it down and write it, and then put it nicely, and then somehow give it whatever institution that is in charge of, let's say, as I said earlier, Human Rights Commission, right? Or write some a story that also somehow protect or preserve your stories, for example. And for example, I think you can also talk to AI, right? Am I right?
Yes. I mean, Yuksel, yeah, you're absolutely right. But you talked about 80s or back 70s. When you compare these days with the 80s or with the 70s, like Kurds are the way in advance than back then. This is the fruit of technology, availability of technology, using technology, okay? And there's a lot of disadvantage of it, I agree. But in the case of like minorities or underrepresented groups, technology is huge. It's helping them a lot. And AI also, it's a huge advantage in that area. And also, when you look into the issues, I mean, to go speak with a Turkish intellectual, let's or a Turk, anybody, this is not a case to say Kurds are a nation or not. That's over, right? Everybody accepting that because there's a lot of records, a lot of data is out there. You cannot make a case against them anymore. Okay, there is a big like a thing assimilation to assimilate them, right? Assimilating. If you're able to save the language, if you're able to, I mean, and also the younger generation in every place, Arabs, like Turks or Iranians, everybody. I think they got all of the history a little bit. This is what I feel it. And there will be a future. I want to make a prediction. I think there will be a future. I don't know if you see or not. We don't have to worry about a nation or anything. Okay, there will be a time. Okay, I mean this is again the advantage of AI. So nobody will speak about this anymore. Whatever we're talking now, because there will be a time AI will like be like controlling a lot of stuff, and there will be a few human understand the structure of it, how it works in economy, in social issues, in any areas.
So, I mean, let's say European Union countries,
And yes,
they got rid of their physical boundaries, okay? But the nation state still is there.
yeah. I mean, that will stay in there,
But
but
with
it won't be, I mean, a big like thing for a Turk to assimilate a Kurd. It will.
can you explain better? I mean, somehow.
I mean, this is I'm just making a prediction in the future.
Okay.
For the
Okay.
younger, when you look at the younger generation, there's a generation called the Z generation, right?
Okay.
And there will be a time, I think, I believe it will become AI controlling a lot of stuff, right? It will be AI controlling many aspects of the human life,
Such as?
such as economy will be run by AIs, and all the social structure, the politic will be predicted by the AI. Let's
Okay,
say
but
in America, we're going to have an election now. The election almost predicted by AI these days, okay? And there will be a time it won't, I mean, to speak about what we're speaking now, to assimilate a nation, to just assimilate them, it won't be a case anymore. We don't have to do that. You understand what I mean, right? I'm
is
talking about
this
future. And
okay?
also, you talked about EU, European Union, or any like organization like this. It will, I think, it's gonna lose its credibility in the future, because a lot of information, a lot of stuff is gonna be in a distributed world. So it won't be centralized, distributed. So that means there will be a lot of individualism.
So we are talking
And
about economic philosophy here. Okay, it's a little bit beyond my knowledge. Okay, but when internet took over,
yes,
that there was this discussion or this proposal, the nation states are gone. Okay, so because
yes.
but the nation state still controls, let's say China.
Economy, see, this step is slowly going there. Now the economy is a global economy, right? It's global.
Yes.
So there is no like a national economy anymore. And there is a technology in AI, you call it, it's gonna distribute it, it's gonna distribute everything. There won't be like central like controlled systems. Let's say each nation has a central like bank, right?
Okay.
They control their currency, right?
Okay.
There will be a time it won't be a case anymore. So all of these centralized units will be disappeared. So I'm not predicting in the near future. I'm talking about the maybe far future.
Okay. When I okay
This
now
is actually an advantage, again, another advantage
yes.
for the nations like us, you know, we don't have
Okay.
anything lose, so
Okay.
we don't have to worry about that.
What's the stakes for the Kurds here?
Yeah, this is what I'm telling you. We don't have to worry about it. So because we don't have anything anyway, so it won't impact us. It is actually an advantage of the Kurds. These developments. So like I told you at the beginning, everything, any development in the technology, especially AI, in the advantage of us, advantage of the any like nation that is underrepresented, it's in their advantage if they know how to use it.
Do you think that there should be a Kurdish AI group
Why
to
not?
things for the Kurds? I mean, my point is there a need, for example? Because we are talking about
Yeah,
machine.
of course, you need, yeah, sure, you need it. Everybody, I mean, you need a group like this. You need everything, Yuksel.
To do what?
And
To do what, for example? Let's say there's a Kurdish AI group.
think tank. We told it. We talk now, like we
Okay.
talk now. So language is there's huge opening over there. So we were worrying about we are losing our language. So now we got hope. We can reserve the language by using AIs. So you
So
can design an export system or anything that it is always there, then you can reserve all the different dialects, words,
that's great.
vocabulary.
Yeah. So that means I can talk to AI tool in voice. Once I create this Kurdish AI language, whatever it is, tool, I can talk to the AI, and then also in talking, I advance my language, right? Because I talk to a person in Kurdish on a daily basis. Am I correct? Is that what you think is going to happen?
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And also, Yuksel, in the archaeology area,
Okay.
and there's a concept, an area of AI we call the image recognition, right?
Yes.
And it has been used a lot, usually in the security, let's say in medical data, let's say to be able to analyze an X-ray. A doctor able to see in a depth, but AI able to go to a deeper layer, right? And if you can design AI to look into the archaeological findings, okay, to see how, I mean, AI will be able to go to a deeper layer, right? And there's a confusion in the Middle East now, right? And you can look into the DNA of the people in a deeper layer when you use AI. I mean, there's huge development over there too. I mean, you understand what I mean, right?
Yes. Because everyone, I mean, the Turkish Republic, since the beginning of the Republic, they tried to make the Kurds disappear, both
Disappear, yes.
historically
To say you
and
are not a nation, you are
archaeologically.
not exist.
Exactly.
You can easily these days differentiate the difference between the DNAs, or in the archaeologically, you can look into all these finding easily. You can do that. And I mean, there's an area of AI to just doing that.
So the takeaways from our conversation today is that AI or the AI tool has benefits. The benefits outweighs the disadvantages of AI for the Kurds, right?
Yes, I will say that. But if you speak for everybody, like generally there is risks involved with the AI in a lot of different areas, and there's advantages and also there's risks. The ethical use of AI, the ethical use of human data, so the data that you give to the AI to extract knowledge from it. And there's a big risk over there for everybody. And let's say if you don't have a lot to lose, you can accept that risk. This is what I think.
Well, Erdal, this has been very, very, very illuminating for me. I hope for our viewers as well.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for the
having me.
conversation, and I hope that this is the beginning for such talks on AI in the Kurds, that other people then take up this topic, and then, or actually experts take up this topic and then talk about. So about AI, and then in regards to Kurds, and I hope that everyone, whoever watches this video, enjoys it. And I would like to thank you again. And
Thank you
also,
for having me.
I'm asking the viewers to join New York City Kurdish Cultural Center to contribute, and then to be a member, and then also to help with or to contribute with their skills. And thank you very much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye bye. Thank you.